Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today, for you, I have a sneak peek at the new game, LORT. This is not the full game, just a demo, but it sets the stage for what the game will be like on release. Overall, I'll start by saying, the demo was really fun. It has Mega Bonk and Risk of Rain vibes, but with a Fortnite graphical twist. This game is multiplayer, up to 8 players. I managed to drum up 3 of my friends to play with, and we all had fun. All the footage I'll show you is from my solo runs, which were good, but if you have a couple of friends, I highly suggest you go with that, as it was a much better experience. Okay, let's take a look at what the game has to offer. There are 3 available characters to play in the demo, 2 of which need to be unlocked. The feature character, on most of the art, the bow guy, is unlocked by dying a single time, pretty easy to get done. The wizard is unlocked by completing the first quest on the quest board, which should only take you a few tries at max. And there's the immediately playable character, the warrior. All characters have unique playstyles and strengths. The warrior is great for staying alive in a brawl, the archer has great utility and single target DPS, and the wizard excels at AoE damage but is extremely squishy. Each character has 2 unique abilities to their class, and every weapon has a primary and a secondary fire ability, totaling 4 abilities right out of the gate. To get started, you need to purchase your first permanent upgrade from Vhagar, fill up your flask next to the quest board, select a quest, and jump into the van, which is piloted by a ravenfish. Which reminds me of the ravens from Spirited Away, actually, from the character Something Baba, I think. In the world, there's a few different things to do. There's challenge trials, which offer gold as a reward. They're tiered 1 to 3, increasing in quantity and difficulty of enemies. There's enemy camps, which reward you with 1 to 3 permanent character stat upgrades, whether that be strength, agility, or wisdom. There's chests strewn about all on the ground. On night 1, the basic chest will run you 30 gold, the healing item chest will run you 55, and the chest of better odds will run you 75. I've had luck with getting more of the basic chests rather than the more expensive ones with better odds. I've never gotten a legendary out of any of the better odds chests, but I have on the basic chests. There's shops and other kinds of shrines that cost money to get upgrades as well. A lot of those upgrades are actually better than items. I don't want to spoil everything, but they are out there in the world. I've noticed on day 1 they cost 100 gold at most, so try and have that much in the bank. All of these things increase in price with every passing day, so the earlier the better. On night 1, the basic chest is 30, on night 2, it's 42, and then on night 3, it's 54. So it's better to spend your money early and get those items. As for the itemization, it follows the common color rarity system, white, green, blue, purple, orange, relating to common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary. There are several other things to do on the map, but I don't want to spoil everything. Like I said, the fun is about exploring and figuring it all out. Keep an eye out for farms, a giant shovel, castles, giant bones, trucks loaded with cash, and of course, treasure goblins. Like I said earlier, each weapon has a primary and a secondary fire. So, you can cheese the cooldown timer by using the secondary fire of one weapon and switching to another while it refreshes. Using all 4 weapons in this way will grant you a huge power spike, as you will almost always have a weapon with the secondary fire off cooldown, which is a way more powerful option than the primary fire. All weapons have different cooldowns, some much longer than others. The Mage Staff unleashes a massive AoE explosion, but has a really long cooldown, whereas the Hunter's Bow shoots a piercing arrow and it's relatively short. If you want to be efficient and do plenty of damage, you'll have to switch weapons like a madman. So far, the highest rarity of weapon I found is uncommon. I'm not convinced there are any higher rarities than that in the demo. There are 8 types of enemies I've encountered in the game. I'm sure the full launch will have much more than that, but of the 8, the ones you want to look out for are the goblins with the Mario hats that throw Molotov cocktails, and the tall smurfs who hurl fireballs at you. All of the enemies have fairly simple attack patterns and are pretty easy to defeat once you know it. The items in this game are okay. I wasn't super impressed with the itemization. There's the classic powerhouse items that give you crit chance, crit damage, and attack speed. But outside of those, I haven't found much use for really any of the other ones, considering you only have 3 nights. And at the end of the 3rd night, ghosts come and kill you, and it's relatively instant. I'm sure 20% jump height could be interesting if you had much more time to stack that item and get to, like, 1000% jump height. But when you get 1 or 2 in a playthrough, it doesn't really change all that much. Feels pretty underwhelming. As for the legendaries, I've only found 2 so far. One is an extra life, and the other was 75% crit damage. Time I found the 75% crit damage, I found 2 in 1 run. So I was actually one-hitting everything I crit, including the boss. I was doing, I think the maximum damage I did at once was like 4,000 or something like that. It was a lot. It pretty much one-hit everything I touched. Actually, not pretty much. It did one-hit everything I touched. All in all, the game is really fun. I highly suggest you give it a try, especially since it's a demo that's free on Steam. The download is super small. It completed almost immediately after I hit download. It immediately changed to play rather than update or download. If you have friends, tell them, try and play with them. It's much more fun in a group due to how the enemies scale, and you can definitely explore more in the map that way. You've seen me just clear the boss with the archer guy. I'll now let this footage play of me defeating him with the warrior. You can see it takes much longer. I also have fantastic footage of the wizard, but I'll save that. Something for you to explore on your own and check out, and I will say he is one of the most powerful. Alright, see you next time. Oh yeah, and one more thing. The music in this game is fire. It really sets the vibe. It's not as good as Risk of Rain or Mega Bonk, but it really does help set the mood. Kind of this Lord of the Rings, but like whimsical kind of feel, you know? It's hard to describe. It's really nice. It's like Shire music, but if it was in like a club in the Shire, you know what I mean? You've made it to the end of the video. If you'd like to see more, please check out the other videos on my channel. I mostly do dinosaur content, but I do branch out every now and then. Thanks again.